checking out another craft roulette video. So yesterday, I lost all my video footage because I realized I was doing everything out of frame, so we're trying to not do that today. Anyway, so what were our parameters? Our parameters were birthday, which is pretty open-ended. We also had a color palette of 3 vibrant colors plus all the neutrals, which is why there's pink out. This is, actually it's a color I like, but it's not like a me color, if that makes sense. But anyway, so, and this actually is reading less vibrant on camera than it reads in real life. I don't think it's Simon Says Stamp's Doll Pink, but it's, I think, like a slightly deeper version of that. Anyway, then the next parameter that started screwing things up were pots, pans, or bowls. And then the final one was blocks, which, I think people kind of interpreted as grid a lot. I had initially pulled some pattern paper that had blocks on it, and then I had also pulled these stencils, which are very blocky. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for blocks. I'm thinking maybe the stencils. The other interpretation is block letters. So I have this happy birthday that's got very blocky letters on it. So I'll probably use that. Excuse me. Anyway, this actually goes with this stamp set. This is one of my favorite stamp sets, actually. It's like cats screwing around with plants. So we have both things that look like bowls, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this guy. My favorite one, which is hard to see because it's got so much ink on it, is a cat sticking his head through a flower. So all these have flower pots in them, or I guess flower bowls in this case. But so that would handle that particular sticky parameter. And I found the coordinating die for this guy, but I don't know where the ones went for the other stuff. So I don't know. I should look at Catherine Pooler's site and see if I can just rebuy them at some point. Because this one's really fun. And the cats are fun. She does such a nice job. It was like whimsical pets for some reason. Anyway, so I'm going to do the... I thought like a neutral would be good. And then I'm going to just sort of cut some mats and put this piece together. Or at least partially. So I'm going to cut sort of a standard 5 1/4 panel, and then go another 1/4 inch in probably. So one of my bright colors is the pink, obviously, but I need to figure out what the other two are. I'm thinking like a vibrant color for the cat, perhaps, because I do have some like more highlighter, like neon colored gel pens that would work. I really think gel pens are the way to go with most of the smaller Catherine Pooler stamps because they tend to get a little bit intricate. Anyway, this is our usual 4 1/4 by, 5 1/4 by 4. And then I want to make a panel that is 3 3/4 by something, by 5, I guess I will say. Might already be 5. Nope, it's 5 1/4. It's close, though. One of my recent Amazon purchases was actually a pretty cool, like, scrap box, like, not a scrap box, but like a box for scraps. So, I like this. And now I think we can grab our Misty and start sort of building what we want the card to look like. I did clean it off and put my Thanksgiving stamps away. We will set these to the side for now. I don't think we need to do any more cutting today. So I am going to figure out where I put my stamp set. Ah, here we go. This one also has some very cute sentiments on it. Oops. So yeah, you can kind of see this guy better. It's kind of hard because he's pretty inky, but it's my favorite just because it's such a cat thing to do. These I haven't dug into. Basically, this is more or less my focal point, so I'll probably put it like center. Then what on earth did I do with the happy birthday? Because I literally just had it. Oh well. So this is in the corner. This guy is... actually looks like a snake plant or something like that. Just... yeah, put this back. Well, I wind up doing our other things if I actually don't know where I put my stamp. Here's a cute balloon. I don't know, but we could do a balloon. That's not a bad idea, actually, to grab a balloon. I feel like we could easily color in a balloon. Like have it sort of... I guess balloons can be any size. I was sort of like, I don't know what size balloon would make sense for a cat. I think I want it more to the edge here. Yeah. Alrighty. Thing averted. It was stuck to my hand, so go me. Anyway, I think we could put it... I think I want it sort of just center. And I don't know how that's going to line up with the balloon. That looks pretty good. So I want to basically do this all in black and then do some coloring. And I'm going to just use Midnight because, I don't know, I'm really interested in getting into some Copic coloring. But to date, I tend to... Whoa. Oh. I wonder if that's... Oh, I put this... Did I put that stamp on upside down? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. Yuppers. Actually, this one's not very wet. We'll get the new wipe to hopefully get some of this off. Or not. This is kind of what happens after you have some stamps for a while. They tend to do that. And this is sort of more of a... yeah, and now it's not going to cling right away. Let's just get that dry so it's a little stickier. Yeah, good enough. I don't think I've ever made that particular error before, but anyway. The one I typically do is like not checking the door and, winding up with just like way too much. And this doesn't require that much pressure. Although it stuck this time. Except this is upside down, so I'm just gonna I'm going to fix this quick. Yeah, the nice thing about the Misty actually is, like, if you have a grid mat, you can see through it. So let's just sort of look at that. That looks good. Let's re-ink and do that again. Basically trying to make sure all those things are stuck, but just need a little on the top of the balloon. Or on my finger, you know, whatever. There we go. That is good. Well, do an initial wipe to get most of the black ink off. We'll have to come back with some stamp cleaner and see if we can't clean that balloon off better. But this, good for the moment. If I start handling stuff, I always like to see if I have. I really like how vibrant the birthday is on this. So we need to do some vibrant colors. So we're going to definitely do green. The bowl might be earth tone. The cat's probably earth tone. The cat is living his best life. We'll probably make him a gray. He's got like a patch, so I may just leave him as a white cat with like a gray patch or something. Basically, we need him to be neutral to stay within the parameters. Going to grab a pretty vibrant green for the plants. And let's grab sparkly purple for the balloon. What other colors do we want? We want something for probably a terracotta-ish. Conveniently, we've been playing around with browns a lot. And maybe a gray? Let's see. So we have pink. I wonder if I have pink in... I do have pink. So I can stick with... I can do pink and then... like brown and then pink on the lip. And then green and purple on the balloon. And we have pink as our mat. So I think this should work. I really think gel pens are the way to go for some of these Catherine Pooler stamps, just because there's a lot of detail, and it seems like it would be really hard to get in there unless you had a fine tip. Like, you know, because, I don't know. The one thing is I wish I could find a gel pen brand where you could just buy them individually, because I always feel like tend to use certain colors more, but I don't know, maybe it balances out. I am really excited to try alcohol markers, and I picked up a set of the Sanjokis after seeing a review from Frugal Crafter, just because it seemed like a really good way to try them, and you know the price point was like, I don't know, it was on sale on Amazon at the time, so it was like maybe $50, and I don't think that's, I can't tell if that's part of the cat. I think this is part of the plant. And I'm going to go over these a little bit more because I really want it to be bright, vibrant colors. And said we were going to find a nice gray for cat. Although, obviously you don't necessarily need to use, like, realistic colors. Like, we could have made it a purple cat. Do you want... I think I like the idea of a white cat with a gray patch, so I'm going to make the spots gray and leave the rest of the cat less so. gray and white cat, although it could be white and gray, like mine. And then I think we want to, I don't know, I feel like brown at the rim, I don't know, I think it makes more, I feel like aesthetically for the card, I would probably make the, this bowl a little more pink, but I like the idea of like just pink on the rim, like it was like rim dipped or something. Leave it sort of more of a light. The nice thing about like if you're using colored pencils lightly is you can get like this is Bristol paper, so it's really smooth, but you can still kind of get a little. If you use them really lightly, you can get sort of the shaded effect, which is pretty neat. Purple is going to be the balloon, so here's our pink. And then here is our purple. And hooray, I stayed in frame today. Hopefully we have purple, yeah. Some of these glitter gel pens I find are just like, and it's gonna do that. Some of these glitter gel pens just sort of feel like they jam. It's like, so you go and you like whack them. I don't know if it's just the way I'm using them. I'm just gonna shake this a little. Yeah, it's like I shake it and I get a little bit. Well, maybe it'll be mottled. That is not working. So we could just go with, we want purple anyway, and there was a, like a purpley, blue navy, I forget which purple I was using before. Violet, wow. I think it will be a violet balloon. And the nice thing about colored pencils is because they are wax, like they are going to cover this up probably. Yeah, like look how, this is, like if I, once this is in, it's going to not be super noticeable, which is great. Because that's what we like. You don't have to press hard here. Like you can just go over the same area a lot. But it was Pokemon Day yesterday, so a violet balloon seems very appropriate. Although, I don't know, Prismacolors, whenever they're new, it seems like they always, like I'm not thrilled with the way they initially sharpen, I guess. But I like doing this where you get like a nice point on them. And the neat that's actually, that pencil sharpener is actually kind of neat in the sense that, yeah, like now you have a lot more pigment to work with. You do occasionally get wax sort of bits just sort of falling off the pencils because wax is the binder here, but I'm just going to go and make this a very vibrant purple. And I don't know. I feel like I have more control with a colored pencil than with markers. But a little pink, a little purple, those are a little vibrant. Yeah, and I think this is pretty much done. I actually am going to grab my Misty again, because I would like to, this cat stamp set has so many really cool sentiments in it. I kind of want to do an inside sentiment as well, just because. So I will get the stamps off of here. This one we can just put back. And I think, in honor of the founder of Craft Roulette, who was not feeling super well this week, we could do something a little bit fun. Now, the one thing I don't like about my Misty is like you can't put these kind of cards down entirely flat. That, like, you can't put them the other way. So what I want to do is say, like that. Go bloop. We could. I guess we should break out our pink ink, since pink is kind of like the overall. I feel like pink is like the official birthday color anyway, but I don't know. Like, even as someone who tends to not use pink very much, like, I feel like it's just like the perfect birthday color. We got not a full. This is since these stamps are pretty new, it doesn't surprise me that I tend to like to be a little overly pushy. Yeah, it says live today with gusto. I feel like some of this is like these card bases aren't the best paper in the world, so I don't know. Sometimes the inner sentiments I get always seem a little less nice than if you were stamping on, like good cardstock. But that's fine. I really enjoy having pre-done bases, so it says live today with gusto, and we should probably put the rest of our card together. The wrong one on the back. Anyway, so since we last talked, got my a new I got my good tape gun fixed, so now we can do this much easier. I will say my layered panels never actually line up correctly fully, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, part of me is like, I kind of like the it's handmade vibe to it, but part of me is also like, there's probably some tool you could use that would actually line them all up perfectly. And then I actually checked this, but I've done that before too, where you like glue the panel to the card that opens the wrong way, and then you have to basically cut the panel off and glue it onto a new card, which isn't the end of the world. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned it. Like, as you can see here, I'm really good at getting tape, double-sided tape on things, but this was recommended by someone, I think it was in Craft Roulette or Stamp Nation, but it's just a glue-in residue remover, and it works really well. I still have a little to get off the other side of this, but, you know, I am happy how this came out. We have our block letters, we have our bowl, we have a birthday, and we have 3 vibrant colors, 1, 2, and 3, plus 3 neutrals, but neutrals are free, so they don't count. And then we have a nice little inside sentiment that matches the vibrant pink border that says live today with gusto, as I think everybody really should. Anyway, thanks for watching.